Hi, welcome to another video, and in this video I'll talk about the theory exam. So what are the preparations that you need to do, and what are the apps that are useful, and what you can do if you don't want to spend more, then how can you save some money on this. So first is before the exam, before preparing for the theory exam, it's good to go through the brochure. It's available in the traffic worket official site, and I'll share the link in the description. So read through the brochure. There is a lot of information about how the exam is conducted and what are the areas that we need to look into, and how will the practical and the theory exam happens, and so on. So it's very useful information. Please check the description and go through the brochure once. And then the next point is the duration. So this theory exam is of 50 minutes duration, and there will be 70 questions, and out of which actually 65 will have marks and 5 are like trial questions. So the purpose of these trial questions is like if they want to improve the exam going forward, then they ask these trial questions and see, and then if they work well, then maybe they going forward they'll add these questions to the real exam. So this is more like an experimental basis, so they don't have any weightage. So for us it's like there will be 65 questions, out of which we need to answer 52 correct. So basically it's like 80% score, which is quite tough to be honest, but again with good preparation you can definitely crack the exam. So if we divide that, and we can see that for each questions we'll have like 43 seconds. So it's important not to spend too much time on a question. Instead, if it takes time, then just mark it and move forward with some easy questions, and then come back to this question later. Regarding my exam, when I gave the exam, like I was in the mock test, I was consistently scoring more than 95% in the last 15 or 20 times, and I was very confident about clearing the exam, but I got only 55 correct. So had I got 3 or 4 more wrong, then I would have failed the exam. So it's very important not to take this exam very lightly. And most of the questions will be more scenario based. So if we just mug up the theory that won't help, because we have to understand the concepts explained in the theory, and that will be helpful eventually to understand the scenario based questions. So scenario based questions can be very tricky, so while giving the mock exams, focus more on the scenario based questions and try to understand, try to observe. Like in scenario based questions, a lot of observation is needed regarding the road signs and so on. So focus more on the scenario based questions. So there will be some part of the questions which are not scenario based, which will be more like a theory based question. So those questions are pretty easy to attempt, provided you have gone through the theory very thoroughly. But the scenario based questions, for this we need to understand the concepts very in a more in depth. So while preparing for the theory exam, keep in mind that just don't mug up the topics and all. Just try to understand why are these rules, how they actually work, what are the consequences of not following the rules, and so on. So that is how it can help you to prepare for the theory exam. In this part I'll talk about the how you can prepare for the theory exam, and what are the study materials that can help you to prepare for the exam. So if you have access to the book, theory book, then you can go through the book, but in my case I did not even have the book, so I just prepared from one app, and then that was good enough for me. But I gave exams, the mock exams from different apps, so I'll talk about that. So the app that I used is Körkort. It has a free version as well as a paid version. So the paid version is 199 crowns, and it's unlimited subscription on the device that you install. So once you install on the device, there is no time restrictions that 1 month or 2 months, so you can keep it forever. So it's a good idea to install it in a device that is not personal, which can be used by other people as well. For example, in my case, I installed it in a tablet, and that tablet is more like, it's not my personal one. So once you install it, it can be helpful for your friends or for your spouse or whoever it is. So if you invest 199 crowns, and let's say there are 4 people who are preparing together, so in that case you are just spending 50 crowns per person, and then you have the app with you forever. So that way, while installing, make sure that you don't install in your personal phone or somewhere that you cannot share it with others. So install it in a device that can be used by others also going forward. So in this app, the most interesting thing is the driving license game. So this game covers both theory as well as the mock test. So if it will have stages like stage 1, stage 2, and so on, and then for each stage there will be an exam at the end of the stage. So that way the preparation for your theory doesn't become boring. So you read the theory and then you give the exam, and then you realize that okay, these are the things you missed in the theory, and then you can go back to the theory and then read it again. So that way the concept becomes very clear. And then after the exams, after completing all the stages, you will come to a point where you have to give some mock tests to complete the entire driving license game. So once you complete this, just don't stop there. You can again reset the questions, and again you can start from the beginning. So while I was preparing, I went through the driving license game from beginning to end probably like 5 times, I guess. So that way, every time when you go through the theory again and again, those concepts are somehow you understand the concepts in depth, and some things will be more like memorized, and that will be helpful. So it's a good idea, once you finish that driving license game, again go back to the again reset the game and again start from the beginning, again finish the game and again start from the beginning. So once you finish the game, there will be a tab called tests. So in the tests tab, you can give the exams as many times as you want. So those questions are basically coming from the driving license game, but this is more like random questions, so they are not based on each topic. So they will randomly come, and then you can check your level of understanding and level of preparation. So if you score less, then you should again go back to the driving license game, read the theory, again give the exam, again start the tests. So you can repeat this as many times as you want, and until you are consistently scoring like 90-95% in each and every exam in this iKörkort app. And regarding the confidence, so when I was giving the exams, I was consistently scoring. Initially I was not able to score even like 60%, 60 to 80% and all, but later on, once I again went through the theory in the sense driving license game, then it was I was scoring better, and then eventually I was scoring like 90-95% in the previous like 10, 15, 20 mock tests, and that gave me confidence that I can clear the exam. So once you reach to that level, then this is the time to give the exam. So apart from the iKörkort app, there is one more app called attempt-Körkort. So this app is a free app, and then you can give unlimited practice tests in this app. So it's a good idea, like once you complete this theory from iKörkort, you can give the theory tests in attempt-Körkort also. So just keep interchanging. So once give an exam in iKörkort and then come back to attempt-Körkort and give the exam, and so on and so forth. You can give as many exams as possible, and it's unlimited. So you can take your own time. There is no hurry, unless and until all the concepts are not clear to you. You can wait. You can give the exams over and over again. Go through the driving license game over and over again, and then once everything once you are scoring consistently in both the apps, then it's time to book an exam and give the exam.